We are all self-made, but only the successful like to admit it.
And nobody can hear you go.
Hi everyone, it's your girl Kunda. I'm your host for the Lighthouse channel, and welcome to this week's show, the show where we push for personal progress and prosperity. So this week, I would like to start with asking you a question. Who do you think is responsible for the way your life has turned out? Who is responsible for your life being where it is right now, or being the way it is right now? So what is the first name that popped in your mind? Was it yourself? Was it your uncle? Was it your auntie? Was it your brother? Is it your sister? Is it your mom? Is it your dad? Who do you hold responsible for how your life journey has turned out up to this moment? And the reason why I ask this question is I want us to talk about the blame mentality. You know, I have come across a lot of people, and I have come to realize that a lot of us have a blame mentality. A lot of us have hold other people responsible and accountable for the way our lives have turned out. We always want to find someone to blame. We want to blame our parents, we want to blame our teachers, we want to blame our brothers and sisters, we want to blame our uncles, we want to blame our aunties. We always want to find someone to hold accountable to why things have turned out the way they have. And the truth is, there is comfort in not taking responsibility. There is a level of freedom that we get when we make somebody else responsible for our lives, when we make somebody else accountable for our lives. And other people call this actually the victim mentality. The mentality where you let go of control, you believe that you have no control over what happens to you or how your life is turning out. When you believe that other people are responsible for the way your life is turning out. So if the first name that popped in your mind isn't yourself, there's a chance that you may actually have the blame mentality or the victim mentality. And I'm not saying that other people don't have an impact or don't influence the way our lives turn out. I am not saying that other people can't shift our future or impact it in a very positive or in a very negative way. Because in the end, we're all interdependent people. But what I am talking about here is, to what extent do you hold other people responsible for your life and the way that your life turns out? So if you have that mentality that other people are responsible for your life, I would like to encourage you to change your mindset. I would like you to start taking responsibility for your life. I would like for you to take accountability for your life and to know that you are the number one person responsible for how your life turns out. To take control. When you put blame on other people, you essentially lose control. So I would like to invite you and encourage you to take control of your life. Know that how you want your journey to turn out is up to you. People like to blame other people. You know, my life isn't this because of A, B, C, D, because this one did this, because this one didn't do this. Winners don't do that. Winners look around for the circumstances that will enable them to succeed. Even when things are bad, even when things don't look like there's any possibility of them making them, they don't sit and just cry about what has happened or who hasn't done what or who has done what. They fight through those situations and they take responsibility. They know that in the end, if they're going to win or lose, it comes down to them. So they work hard regardless of what the circumstances are, and they make sure that they get to where they want to go to. So if that's the mentality you have, if you have a victim mentality or a blame mentality, I would like to encourage you to stop, because in the end, we're all self-made to an extent. So whether you've got your parents there supporting you or not, you have to take responsibility for yourself. And if you don't do that, you will be a 50-year-old person still blaming your mom, blaming your dad, blaming your sister, or blaming whoever you want to blame for how your life has turned out. And another point I want to point out is that immediately you turn 18, you become an adult. And as an adult, you're expected to make correct decisions. So I remember one time, it's Jim Rohn who said, your ticket to blame other people for how your life has turned out expires at 18. The minute you turn 18, you have no right to blame anyone for how your life has turned out. Because at 18, you're an adult. You're expected to make decisions for yourself. You expected to, even in our country at 18, you're expected to vote. So if you're expected to vote, then you're expected to be mature enough, intelligent enough, well-educated enough to make certain big decisions. So from 18 onwards, you cannot blame people. And just between 18 and 25, I'll give you a free ticket here. Some people, don't graduate school until they're 19, high school till they're 19 or they're 20. People are still trying to figure out themselves and make themselves into something or get a job. But after 25, there's no excuse to why you should blame other people for why your life is turning out as X, A, B, C, D. You can choose to blame other people, but the thing is, you're giving control. You're giving your power away to other people. So if you want to make it and you want to succeed, you have to take that control back. You have to take that power back. So at 18, that blame ticket expires. At 25, you just sound like no one likes to hear it anymore. No one wants to hear other people blaming other people for why their lives are however they've turned out. So start taking control of your life, start taking responsibility for your life, and make sure that you're creating the life that you want. Because again, in the end, we're all self-made. Whether you like to admit it or not, and even if you blame someone else, it won't change your situation. It won't even affect that. You can go on blaming other people for why your life is the way it is. It doesn't change their lives. It doesn't impact their lives in any way. They're happy. They're living their own lives. They've moved on. You're the only one who remains hurting. So get your joy back. Take responsibility for your life and stop blaming other people for why your life has turned out the way it has. Take responsibility. Again, we're all self-made. Till next week, I love you all. If you've enjoyed this video, please share it with your family and friends. Till next week, take care and bye-bye.